unity in the polity. So that's my take on it. So when we go into Adeleke, we all know who are the people that actually back Adeleke in the governorship election. Morally, financially, it's not about going to the podium and shouting PDP, PDP. You need to have the raw materials, and we know those who supported him, and he knows those who supported him. So that's my take on it.
Well, this is politics, and people have said, look, at this point, the party should have been, the aggrieved members of the party should have been able to bury the hatchet and, just rally round the presidential candidates of the party. If they say the PDP wants to rescue Nigeria, then it should be a thing of everyone, every hand being on deck. And you mentioned the issue of equity. Again, people argue and say if the integrity group was really concerned about equity, then they shouldn't have thrown the party tickets open in the first place. They should have just decided, let's give this to the southeast, or even decided to this in the south, because we recall that the southwest or the southern governors had met, 17 of them, to say power should return to the south. At that time, it behooved on the PDP and its governors and supporters to say, look, let's decide where this is going to go, rather than have an open ticket. And now that you have an open ticket, why are you crying foul?
Okay, let me come to the issue of Southeast. We all know that the rotation is between North and South. 8 years here, 8 years there. Then if you go down, you can shift it to this particular zone in the south, either southwest, southeast, northwest, northeast, north central. But the truth of the matter is that there was never a time anybody. There's been this rumor and that even Atiku say, okay, let's give it to the southeast. It never happened. Nobody can give you any link verifiable where he made that clear. If the 17th governors of the South, the Asaba Declaration, before the idea was even mooted by the Delta's governor, which is Okowa and the governor of Delta State. And he hosted it. He read the communique. And then what happened? Did he contest? If it is shifted to the South, and why didn't he contest? Rather, he aligned with Atiku. Because everybody will tell you the numbers are there. The numbers are across Nigeria. We are in the North. We want to vote for the southern president of the PDP, if they have done it. But we also have comfort in somebody that is even much more of a better candidate. So there was nothing like that. If we had advocated that, I bet you all the southern PDP governors would have backed him that he should go to the southeast. So there was nothing like that. It's a point of mere semantics. It never happened. And for anybody to say bury the hatchet, why can't you bury the hatchet and resign? He told the whole world, if the Northerner takes the PDP presidential ticket, he will resign. He said so publicly. Well, what is stopping him from resigning? Is Atiku no longer a Northerner? Or is it just the kind of politics without statement, without integrity? These are the people we look up to as role models. Who can be a role model now?
But other members of your party would say, look, even if Ayu resigns, the other person who's going to take over from him will still be from the north.
We will restructure it. It has been done many times in the
That's
PDP.
what your party constitution.
Somebody will step down. Somebody will take it. And the next person might say, no, I'm not going to act. You quickly appoint and nominate somebody to be there, to be the acting national chairman from the south. So it's not something that is difficult to do. So nobody should sell that story. It is easier for Ayu to step down and certain national chairman, acting national chairman takes place.
You had
In
a Southern
politics, 24
National
hours is
Chairman.
a very long time.
You had a Southern National Chairman in Prince Uche Secondus. You people said no, you don't want him. You changed your party chairman, brought in Ayu. Now the same people who brought in Ayu are the ones who are crying foul and saying Ayu must go. Doesn't this just cause a bit of confusion in the party?
Well, if a chairman is not performing, the party has every right to say, look, can you just step aside so that a very effective person will take over?
How do you mean that Ayu is not performing?
First of all,
Okay.
we need to balance it. A presidential candidate from the north, and then bring the national chairmanship to the south, so that the southerners, when they go to campaign, they will show one of their own at the top. But in a situation you have all my brothers from the north occupying the top echelon of the party positions, it doesn't all go well. Even the optics does not look good. So this matter, nobody should bury it. We have to address it. We have been burying so many skeletons in this country, and this is where we are in terms of economy, our politics, our unity, our integration, and our diversity. So we need to start addressing hard issues and solve them. Nobody should shy away from that.
So are you people saying, is the Integrity Group saying we don't care about Nigeria and Nigerians? What we care about is the person that we want to lead the party. We don't care if Nigeria continues to be the way that it is, because if you say, if the PDP presidential candidate says we want to rescue Nigeria and make Nigeria better, are you saying that you don't care about
even myself, I can tell you I want to rescue Nigeria. It's just a statement. We have seen some of them in public office. What do? They actually rescue Nigeria. What's their report card? We don't even want to do some post-mortem of their role in governance. But be that as it may, semantics is not enough. We want people who have the knowledge, the capability, who have demonstrated that executive thinking and thoughts, and have put it in managing public finance, managing education, managing health. There are so many presidential candidates. It's a matter of choice. Nigeria can decide who will give them the best post-Buhari era. So nobody can tell you because I want a Nigeria. It's semantics. We have seen them in the past.
So this would mean that of the Integrity Group and the G5 are fighting Wike's battle, because it seems with the statement from Wike just last week where he said that if the party primaries were not manipulated, he would have emerged as the candidate of the party. It still seems like he's pained that he lost at the primaries. So would this mean that the Integrity Group and the G5 governors are fighting Wike's battle rather than fight for the interest of the party and Nigerians?
Wike has no battle to fight. Wike presidential primary is over. Wike did not reject the presidential candidate, neither the vice presidential candidate. What he's saying, let us balance this party for equity and fairness. That's just what he's saying. Nobody is fighting anybody. The other group is the one that does not want equity, fairness, and justice. Yeah, that's it. Everybody knows, even APC, no matter how bad they look like in their own ways, even their government, how most of the position went to the north. But they agreed that power should shift to the south, and that is even a credit that assuming they have a better candidate. So a lot of Nigerians will even vote for them for that singular act, because they have demonstrated capacity for unity of this country and fairness. Then somebody who propounded rotation and zoning in 2014-15, left the party and caused its failure, today is rejecting it. My brother, it will not fly now. It's not fair.
I'm very interested in this conversation, because as it seems, the integrity group. Integrity group. Are you looking? Do you see the integrity group moving to another party? Because with the way that it is, over time, you have shown, you have performed or done what people say is anti-party activity. You have shown clearly the Wiki at some point had declared that he was going to assist Peter Obi in his campaign. So do you see the integrity group moving? Are you guys moving from the PDP at any point or anytime soon?
Right now, no decision has been taken for the integrity group whether to move to another party or the other, whether to back it to be or not. That decision has not been taken. And who says you cannot be in PDP? And on the day of the election, national election, February 25th, 2023, you go there, you collect ballot for only National Assembly and House of Rep. It's my right to even say I'm not going to vote for any of the presidential candidates. So it's nothing to worry about, nothing like anti-party under fundamental human rights. We have the right to associate and even decide who I give my vote, irrespective of the party I belong to. So that's it.
Okay, so
but eventually, if they now decide in their own wisdom, because they are the big politicians, and say, look, we are going to back so candidate. They are followers. Those who love them, those who appreciate their stand on unity, on justice, on equity, we will follow them and vote for that candidate. And I bet he is going to be the game changer.
Now, if you're saying that you as a person may go to the polls and vote just the National Assembly candidates and maybe governorship and all,
yes,
especially on the day of election, you go.
Yes, I can do that.
Yes, but then the other group, the PDP, APC,
I can also decide to vote for another candidate, but definitely not the PDP candidate.
Well said.
Because there's no need to reinforce inequity.
The Atiku group, accounting on the fact that you may not be able to canvass that other supporters of the party would only pick up the form or the ballots to vote the National Assembly, that when they go to the polls all they know is the PDP. Those grassroots people who are supporting the party only know the PDP and they would only vote for the PDP at all levels.
No, let me tell you, my brother, for too long, these political elites have assumed that Nigerians don't know their right from their left. It's not true that on that day, people don't know that they can vote for, example, P2V, and vote for maybe an NMPP National Senate candidate and the PRP House of Rep candidate. Nigerians are fully aware. They know what is in play. So anybody who is banking on that is not even fair to the Nigerian people. That means you lump Nigerians as completely people who are not aware of what is happening, who are illiterate, who cannot differentiate that I can vote for example, Tinubu and then vote for PDP, Senate and House of Rep. So it's not fair. That's they're overestimating their luck. And they let them take that chance and see where it will take them. So I think the best thing they can do is to go back. It's not too late. And reconcile and ask IU. IU is not bigger than 5 governors and other party bigwigs. And it is equitable to do so, for him to stand down.
Well, from the last meeting, which was termed the final meeting in Rivers State, with the members on both sides had fallen to the ground. They said that meeting broke down with irreconcilable differences, and being the final meeting, it means that at this point, both the Integrity Group and the Atiku Group have come to a point where they can no longer reconcile. If that's the case, where there's no reconciliation, what do you see happening to the PDP after the 2023 elections?
They will probably continue to be in the opposition to the party that will win the presidential election.
Wouldn't that spell
which
doom for the party? Wouldn't that spell the end of the party? I mean, the death of the
well,
PDP?
well, those who hijack the party, who are the minders of the party at this moment, probably that's what they prefer. They have done it before, so what they did, they caused the PDP to go to become an opposition party. So they have nothing to lose. But I can tell you, when you stand on morality, you have self-satisfaction, and history will reckon with you that at the time you were called upon, you did the right thing.
All right. I'll bring in callers now. 09073530044 and 09087668888. That is 09073530044. Hello, good morning. Good morning, Mayowa. Good to have you.
Good morning.
Thank you so much, Mayowa. I'm going to bring in another
Mm.
caller. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Are you there? Hello, good morning. Oh, seems like we lost connection there. Try to call back, and the conversation continues here on 09073530044 and 09087668888. We're speaking or talking about the fortunes of the PDP. Looking at it, it seems like the APC seems to be the only, there seems to be a party that's standing right now intact from what we had in 2019. Hello, good morning. Good morning, Paul.
They never really consider that equitable distribution of position.
Okay.
And what he has with what APC has done, even though there's still a contention in that one, but at least they have brought in somebody from the south. The northern politics is not like the southern politics. If you want a position, you have to sit down and eat, and then make sure you have a clear code of what you want. Not that it has gotten to I would say injury time, and then you're coming up with all these things. How will it defend to everybody? Why did he remove secondos? Why did he? I remember seeing people celebrating how they removed secondos. My friend,
Thank you so much, Paul. Seems like the crisis in the PDP is one that's that bothers even those who are not members of the PDP, even non-supporters of the PDP are concerned, because I mean, for them, let's just have a solid opposition. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Lost the connection again. Try to call back 09073530044 and 09087668888. My guest will be responding to some of your concerns. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Michael.
Thank you. I'm not sure. Why do you want a party who does not want to, who does not want justice and equity and fairness, to be feed into their party? Why do you want them to reconcile? So, I think since the PDP have made up their mind, even their candidate is not different from any other politician. Politician. You have been around and we know him. So, what I can say is that we have made up our mind because we have tested the PDP and have also tested the APC now. We have a better choice to make now ahead of 2023. And I believe, God willing, we should not go back to that threshold days. We have experienced with the two political parties, and they have been our major problem in our country. So, for you telling them to reconcile is dead on arrival, and I don't think by the special grace of God it's not going to happen, because they don't believe in justice, equity, and fairness. And so that kind of party cannot reconcile. And if they reconcile, well, whether they reconcile or they didn't reconcile it, we have made up our mind. And let's not get here. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Michael, for calling. And the conversation continues. Let's get back with my guest now. Comrade Ibrahim, let's talk about the fact that many Nigerians are concerned about your party, because for them it's about opposition. If the ruling party doesn't have a viable opposition, then it's a problem. And also they're worried about the fact that in the last 7 years, it seemed like the PDP didn't play that role. All of a sudden now you want to, they're talking about the PDP again. Do you think that if the PDP is able to reconcile, it would be able to, even if it doesn't win the 2023 election, stand as a viable opposition after the elections?
Well, you see, it would have been much more stronger for PDP to challenge for the presidential election in order to win it. If they were supposedly together, they would have combined their strength, that of the integrity group and the other group. But unfortunately, it's not like that. And Nigerians are going to make their choice. Fortunately, it's no longer a two-horse race, probably 3 or 4 front runners. And I can tell you, the other two parties who are doing well in the race are also good to go. Any one of them can win the presidency, especially the Labour Party. They have a brand in their presidential candidate that if you put their time in office, he comes high above the rest. So, like the other caller said, we know the PDP presidential candidate. It's not a stranger to us. And when we talk about PDP did not play opposition politics well in the last 7 years, who is supposed to be the leader of the opposition in Nigeria? I mean, as a person, beyond the PDP being the leading opposition party in Nigeria who is supposed to be in the forefront of the opposition is their presidential candidate. But where has he been? He was never there to oppose the bad government of APC. So, the same people have to blame him, hold him accountable for not leading the opposition aright. So, whatever happens, the PDP already have themselves to blame for not standing on equity, justice, and fairness.
When you say the PDP has themselves to blame, are you saying you're no longer a member of the PDP?
Well, the mainstream PDP, those who are the members of the PDP at the moment, those who control the level of power in the PDP.
Okay.
So,
let's bring in another caller and find out what they have to say. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello. Uh-oh, another one lot dropped there. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Abdullahi Mekano. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much, sir. So I think we are not ready to back any of the biggest parties we have in Nigeria, especially APC and PDP. But no matter how bad it is, PDP is ahead far better than APC, because we have seen the administration previously before this one. So at least when we are to compare the achievement of the two major political parties we have in Nigeria, I can assure you that PDP have done well, better than APC. At this moment, we are heading to 2023 general election. The new political parties have the chances of winning the election, but unfortunately, we have some problems on the lines, which show that those parties we have hated more, one of them is going to continue leading this country, either PDP or APC. The reason is simple. The Peter Obi issue now came with popularity, but the problem he has at the moment is that his people, especially the IPOB, has already killed his political ambition from the east.
Why do you make the argument about Peter Obi and IPOB? People have also said, why don't you attribute Boko Haram to what's his name now, Atiku? Why don't you attribute Boko Haram to maybe Buhari and all? Why does it have to be Peter Obi and IPOB, his people? Why do we make that argument? He has always said he doesn't have a concern with he doesn't have anything to do with IPOB.
So my reason is simple now. Those people have attacking problems in that particular region. So now the Peter Obi as a major candidate who is looking for people of Nigeria to vote for him. And the highest vote in Nigeria is from the north. Quite interestingly, that. So those people, as they are just going into their hands against those people who are staying in that particular region, especially the northerners. So the northerners now have no confidence in vote for that person because of the attitude of the people.
Abdullahi, are you aware that IPOB has killed more southeasterners than any other tribe in the east? Are you also aware that other people have been killed in the north? People from other ethnic extractions have been killed in the north on account of Boko Haram. Is it fair to tie violence to any candidate and say, oh, his people and his people?
Sir, in Nigeria now, whether we like it or not, this one must appear in Nigerian politics. You cannot take it from people's mind. Because when it comes to the destruction of life and the properties, you cannot separate this one from Nigerian politics. No matter how, it will take him from his political ambition from the grassroots. Because he has to dominate his region first.
All right. Thank you very much, Abdullahi.
From the other region. So the problem is still affecting him now, politically. Thank you very much.
All right, another caller is here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
You and I greet your guest. Hope is one calling for Kubo.
Hope, good to have you.
And yes, issue of PDP and how they play their opposition. The issue is that the integrity group, the chief and governors, the issue is that I think they don't know who they are met. Yes. If you watch the year politics 2015, I think we were with PDP. And he prayed against his party to go and join Buhari and the MCC. He voted Buhari. Yeah, politics of Namu. After voting Buhari, Then we get another governor, Jiba governor, fix PDP, and he could not come back. He not come back, and they give him Monday. Since they give you money, and how you promise that if not that I'm as a political candidate, you send out. Why not honor your word, are you, and his followers? He said no. And then now, they have tried to pray Jiba governors. I think we don't know who is Wike. Go and read the story of Wike from where he's a local government chairman in Lima State, for local government and the other. I think we never know who he met. I think he should not waste his money in campaign. Even if he wastes his money in campaign, it's going to be nothing. See, we prefer to corruption to remain there than to PDP. We prefer corruption, not the model secret. We prefer him than PDP. Yeah, than PDP. So the issue is that Toti Fulani is the Nigerian president for 8 years. That's then Atiku, another Fulani and another Muslim come and pray at 60 years. Which means other Nigerians say we're not Nigerians. Are you getting me? What message are they trying to pass? Another Fulani 8 years. That's the Buhari. Another Fulani Atiku 8 years. That's 3 years. What message are they trying to pass? They are going nowhere. Let's try other parts of the country. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much for joining the conversation yourself. Now, Brady Brian, let's look at the situation with the callers. Some of the callers, some of them taking your side, some of them also saying, look, what Wike is doing is unfair to the party. What do you make of that?
Well, it's democracy in action. But you see, people are rational, and even those who seemingly say we can remove anyway, if I sponsor you into an office and you are not doing well, I can also rally people around to get you out of that office. So there's nothing bad in that. They should also give him credit for bringing him. But there's this tendency to give Wiki so much power. He sponsor, he removed secondaries, he removed this, he removed that. Look, he alone cannot do that. It's the party collectively. Some people are shy of coming to the open. They don't want to tag as an enemy of someone. That's just it. But I think Wike is bold, is capable. That's been on the forefront of what is right. So he is not dictating who takes that office or not. If he has all the power, it should have happened now.
Okay.
But a man who is supposed to be a gentleman, who made a public proclamation, undertaking, and the time for him to redeem it, he failed. And people are saying, why don't the other groups just bury the hatchet? Nobody should bury any hatchet. So let the truth prevail. Not let what is right prevail. So that at the end of the day, history will reckon with people who stand on justice, who stand on something that is right. And then the other caller who tend to tag it will be on the IPOP thing. I think it's just gaslighting. It's not fair. People should not do that. You see, in the whole of this conversation, nobody's here. It's the Northeast where the Boko Haram are dominant. Atiku will not win because of Boko Haram. Nobody is ready to play that politics. I'm sure none of us is in support of what is happening about the insecurity across Nigeria. So he should not. No candidate, no presidential candidate is in support of any of these crises of insecurity. They have all promised. In fact, that's their item number 1 in their manifesto, in their vision, and in their what to do. So, is that a denial of something good? When something is good, someone will come and say, give one excuse or the other to make it look bad. I think Peter, as a presidential candidate, tick all the boxes. It depends on who anybody want to vote for.
All right.
But I think he tick all the boxes.
Okay.
So it's left for Nigerians to decide.
Let's bring in this caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Prince.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, my name is Dominion.
Dominion, I'm glad you're here. Go ahead, let's hear you.
Like what your guests have just said now, that is where the area I want to comment. this mechano of a man. You see, we need Nigeria. We need one Nigeria. Now, if we are talking of security, where did he start? Where did he come from? Where did he come from? Even the present president had made a lot of compromise statements about this insecurity, but nobody's talking about that. What should you be, comparing P2B with IPOP? Did we really want to be one Nigeria? The den of insecurity is in the north, and it's from the northeast. Atiku came from there. Buhari came from there. And I don't know where he blinded himself from seeing the reality. If something happened in why everything that happened in the southeast, people will read unnecessary meanings into it. Insecurity is everywhere. You understand? So let us make, like this gentleman, you are guest, that is a Nigerian to the core. I suppose he came from the north. But all these people who don't want Nigeria to be one, they always make a very dangerous statement. You understand? What concerns P2B with the IPOP? What concerns Buhari with the Boko Haram? That he has made a lot of compromise statements. Well, this your caller, didn't say anything wrong. Unless everything, they will be just stabbing their discussion in one sided. Nigeria, we need one. We need to do something. We need a leader who we bring that. I don't. In fact, I'm joking.
Thank you very much, Dominion.
You understand?
Thank
what
you.
What kind of human being are we here in Nigeria?
It's okay.
Come on.
Take it easy. Don't let the emotions get the best of it. Thank you so much for calling. And Comrade Ibrahim, we're close now. As a Nigerian, you're first a Nigerian before you're any other thing, before you're even a politician or a member of the PDP. What are your thoughts on the 2023 elections and what Nigerians need to do at this point? You see the conversations around ethnicity, the conversation around religion is popping up again, and we talked before now. We said we have moved past these conversations. We want credible leaders. What do you think Nigerians are still stuck, with their religious and ethnic politics?
I think Nigerians have tried all sort of pander to all sort of emotional attachment with politics. We have had those who have led us who are Christians on the south. We have also, if we go down years back, we also have had those who are president or head of state Christians from the north. We also have had Muslims from the north who have led this country. I think Nigeria should, for the first time, detach religion as one of the yardstick to be a president or to be a governor. We should learn to detach tribe, detach ethnicism and all that, and look for the first thing. How nationalistic are you as a person? How patriotic are you to the progress and oneness of Nigeria? And then competency among all the aspiring candidates. Who is more competent? Whose track record at executive level, using the index and indices for development, who has done so well? Nobody goes to the market and say, look, I'm going to buy from, because I'm a Muslim, the price of bread is 700 naira, I should pay 500, or I should take it free. It doesn't happen. We can, and when you go for prayer, when you are praying, it is between you and your Creator, God. Whatever you are saying in your heart is for yourself. God is your witness at that moment.
Okay.
And the truth is that in this country, nobody will stop anybody from practicing his religion. no matter how bad, how hard they try, it will never happen. The Constitution has guaranteed that, and that will remain. So, even all the religions acknowledge that. In Islam, he said there is no compulsion in religion. It's a verse in the Holy Quran. And that is enough. It's settled.
Okay.
That recognizes other faiths beyond Islam.
Okay.
So patriotism, competence, and antecedents matters in 2023.
And that's a good place. This is a good place to end the conversation. Competence matters in the 2023 election.
Yes.
Let's look at that as Nigerians and look beyond our primordial sentiments and all that stuff. Let's move beyond that and vote competence in 2023. Comrade Sani Ibrahim, thank you so much for talking with us. We appreciate your thoughts on the program this morning.
Thank you.
And this is where we close it. Thank you to everyone who's been a part of the conversation. To those of you who called in, those of you who sent in messages, we appreciate you. We'll do this again tomorrow at the top of the hour 9. Be a part of it and let's move Nigeria forward with our conversations. My name is Iheanacho Prince. Keep it with us. Business News is up next. Right after that, 102.3 Extra.